shishi. I am sending a direct message to him. There is a new sheriff in town. He cannot come to Edo without telling me, because his security will never be guaranteed. Whatever happens to him when he's in Edo State, he will take it. I am serious about it. He came the other day and donated 15 million. Somebody was saying, no, guys, she will get 15 million to donate to people. By the time he left, there was crisis. 3 people died in Benin. So for that reason, tell Obi he should not come to Edo without telling me.
Nothing said with the grace.
No be say you decrease. Now no we know say una decrease so. No be say you decrease, but now we know say you decrease so. That is the last song that they sang there. No be say you decrease, but now we know say the governor decrease. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my evening conversation with you. My name is still Mazes, okay? Sorry I couldn't join earlier. I had an emergency meeting that I was part of. So I'm just joining now after that meeting. So this evening I'm going to be looking at, as the title suggests, the threat of life by the Edo State government. Now it is no longer the Edo State governor. It is now the Edo State government of the APC. The state misinformation, they are doubling down on what they said, and it appears there is a political showdown loading. People, if not for the way many of us have beckoned on the obedient, especially those in Edo, to keep quiet, that even to a point that we are called names now, and some say we are cowards for not letting them do what is in their mind. There might be a showdown, a show of force, and that I still cannot take off the table. Now, people make statements that really sometimes are worrying. You hear a governor saying that you will never, or rather that your security will never be guaranteed. You know what that means? Even when you give him the pre-information that you're going to visit his state, that your security will never be guaranteed. Nigeria is a free nation. In the case between Nigeria and Muhammadu Buhari and late mentor of mine, that is Dr. Chuba Okadibo, when they were tear gassed, the person who represented them in that case is Femi Falana SAN. In that case, the Supreme Court ruled that you do not need a permission to protest or to organize for peaceful demonstration in any state, anywhere in Nigeria. Now that is protest. Expand that particular ruling. It means you do not need a permission to enter into any state as long as you remain civil and lawful. Now, to even make matters worse, a state where nursing school was being held, a state where students are really happy to see the man they admire so much. Jealousy would not allow them to reason properly. This evening, I'm going to be showing us with video evidences to see that the statement made by the Edo State government or Edo State governor was predicated on lies. Now they are doubling down on that lie in order to retain what they've said before. What do I mean? How can a state governor say that Peter Obi came when he came that people died. That is a big fat lie. No one died in Edo. No news reported of any death. The school authority did not report of any death. Suddenly, the governor, who has a shaky voice, now wakes up, makes this statement, and yesterday, after many people really blasted him, he tried to, retract on that. Today, the Obedient Network had also issued a statement, and the Obedient Network had also, the Obedient Movement had also said to them, wait for us. This time around, we are not going to be listening to what our principal will be saying. The Obedient Network, I'll read out the statement for us. If by the time we finish, if that's been published on various platforms. Be that as it may, the main issue this evening is to actually, show to us that some of us can indeed be reckless. Not only that, the governor was reckless in his statements, very, very reckless. That is, beneath a man that ought to be a governor. Not only that, how he was reckless. The APC party chairman in Edo State yesterday doubled down on that madness. When I say madness, in every sense. Now, let me, by pausing this video, I will explain frame by frame for you to understand what the governor is actually saying here. And what that means is that the life of a fellow Nigerian is being threatened by someone who rigged himself. Capital letter here, all caps. Monday Okpebolo rigged himself with the help of Oshomole, Goswell Akpabio, capped by the president of the republic. They rigged themselves. There were evidences. The mutilation that happened in Edo is almost the same mutilation that happened in Lagos and Rivers State. In the year 2025, Nigeria is still using professors to rig in those who cannot even pass common WAEC. I mean, the results is trending up and down, even to a point that VDM, the very dark man, is being threatened too. So what the government wants to do is that they will threaten the political class. Then many of us who are also speaking, they want to threaten us, who say, fa 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 foul. In the words of Chief Deputy Okorigun Elias 430, that can never happen. Now, let me take frame by frame what the governor actually.
The man will say no get shishi.
The man will say no get shishi. Mean, look at how, someone who's supposed to be a governor, that he said Peter never said he doesn't get shishi. He says he doesn't give shishi in politics. Two different things. He said it with his mouth multiple times that he is world-class billionaire. World-class. He's a millionaire in any currency on this planet Earth. He's a billionaire in Nigeria. One of the richest few billionaires in Nigeria. Legitimately made his money. Now, the governor is saying he said he's not a gift shishi. Again, that is a lie.
I am sending a direct message to him. There is a new sheriff in town.
He is sending a direct message to P2B because there is a new sheriff in town. I didn't know that once you become a governor, you also become a police officer. Hence, we've used the thumbnail we use, depicting him as a sheriff. However he wants to say that, that's what he called himself. He is now the new Oga Patapata in Edo politics.
He cannot come to Edo without telling me.
He cannot come to Edo without telling me. The same way the guy in Benue, when headsmen are busy killing your people, someone who is coming to, give people in IDP camp any sense of hope, a sense of succor, is the one that is your problem. Can you see how these people reason? Someone who is coming to your state to give people succor with his own money. We do not, You know, what people don't know is in this day and age, what people like in Edo, for instance, what people see is that he came in, he gave 15 million. You don't see the effect, the psychological effect, the upliftment of those students. No one beckons that. If you want to actually calculate the money, the vehicle to fuel those vehicles to come to it, you know how much it costs. But no one beckons that. The risk involved to actually be moving around, no one talks about that. But all the governor can see is that suddenly he gets a call from Asorok, and the guy begins to jitter, right? Because he has rigged himself. Again, no apologies here. If they want, we can give them proof. If the Nigerian judiciary and Nigerian court is blind to this, we are not blind to this. Go to IREV. The rigging is everywhere. I mean, this rigging is televised. So there is no need saying that the election was allegedly rigged. The election was rigged. Basta. So let them do their words, right? So, and this is a man who has been rigged the election, a man who has almost the worst WAEC result ever, even when he wrote that WAEC at the age of 36, because he enrolled in adult education, and that adult education apparently he learned virtually nothing from that, because a man who was presenting budget, and that budget was written for him in figures, not in numbers alone, in figures, yet he could not blend them together. That video, I think, was NTA staff was the one who recorded it. Do you know, up to today, they have actually banned this? No, either NTA or no, that was I think that was Arise, and they had to ban that particular staff that recorded because they didn't know that the camera was rolling. Only one person was rolling the camera, and because as a result of that, the guy is no longer in Edo. That is, the state that we are talking about. While the people of Edo, brilliant people, brilliant, in my sojourn outside Nigeria, the people I have seen that I've come to, I've met, starting from Harrison, when I met him in Germany, I think about 2001 when he came to do his PhD in agric science, to my good friend Dr. Philip Idewo. So many of the Benin people I know are brilliant mind. How on earth they ended up with a man who cannot pronounce numbers, a man who cannot put two. I mean, that one tire me, honestly. It tire me. It tire me that the brilliant people would only get this sort of man to govern them. I know that many of them are ashamed of what was imposed on them, because I wouldn't say that they elected him. They are smarter to know what is good for them. But this person was imposed on them.
Because his security will never be guaranteed.
Did you hear that? Because his security will never be guaranteed. Meaning, even when you take order from me, your security will never be guaranteed. Not even will not be guaranteed, but will never be guaranteed. Now, IG of police, I know that governors have immunity, but at least one would have expected now, 48 hours after this threat was issued on a national TV, that the police and those who matter should have called the governor to question. Yes, I know there is no legal, because of immunity, no legal action may be taken at this point in time, but that does not mean that the movement is not taking actions in order to address some of them.
Whatever happens to him when he's in Edo State, he will take it.
Whatever happens to him when he's in Edo State, he will take it. Men, they play God. Men, they play God. Remember, there was a time General Muhammadu Buhari played God, but today, where is he? There was a time Idi Amin played God. Today, where is he? There was a time that you cannot come into Imo State without Okorocha, rolling like a lion today. Power. I think people need to learn that power is transient. You cannot stay in power forever and ever. Power is transient.
I am serious about it.
You serious?
He came the other day and donated 1.5.
Again, the man has serious issues with figure. Says he came the other day and donated 1.5 million. 1.5 million, 15 million. Oga, stay one place so that Thunder will know where to go.
15 million. Somebody will say, no, guys, she will get 1.5, 15.
You see, somebody will say, no, get shishi. Again, that's another lie. He never told you that he never got shishi. Or he said that he does not spend recklessly in an election. Very simple thing.
15 million to donate to people.
So your problem is that he donated to people and inspired a generation. Shame, real shame on you, sir.
By the time he left, there was crisis. 3 people died in Benin.
That's a very fat lie. I make bold to say, up till now, what the Edo state government keeps doing, the Edo state government, led by Monde Pueblo, is doing is to misinform the public by telling them that 3 people died. No picture, no names, no location. Because Peter Ob's visit was captured in camera, in 4K, in 1080p, in HD. No single person died. Not a fly was hurt, because all the young people that came out were happy that he came. But the governor is telling us that 3 people died. And I put it to you, Mr. Governor, you lied.
So for that reason, tell Obu he should not come to Edo without telling me.
For that reason, tell Obu, that he should not come to this state without telling me. Right? Obu, now Obu they call him Obu, no be Obi, now Obu. Anyway, that's another one. Now, in that same gathering, the governor was seen shouting that Tinubu is the one that gives him money to do everything that he's doing. I mean, while I think it's good to appreciate the president as the father of the nation, but I think that governors should actually understand their place in governance. I mean, there is no need for us leaking. Sorry, there is no need. Some of the things he said here, just be the judge.
Let us follow the man that no road. Yes. Asewaju is doing work for Nigeria. We are not campaigning, but we are always telling our people the truth. Asewaju has done well. Everything you see I'm doing in Edo today, who is giving me money?
Are you?
Who is giving me money?
I swag you.
So now that we know this, 2027 is guaranteed.
We know. I say, what do you pass? We know. Everybody, you go win forever.
I don't know if you noticed it. Starting from the singer who is singing on key G, while the instrumentalists are playing key F, to the faces of the people who were not feeling the vibe, who were looking at the governor like, Oga, people are saying don't colo, election never reach. You say this man don't win. Where you go win? No be here, no grill. But obviously, Edo people are a people who respect authority. They didn't want to say that out. But if as a mind reader, I'm reading their mind, I'm looking at their faces. Are these people looking at, looking as a people who are happy to say that we now, Tinubu, you don't win? That is absolute no. Okay? Now, to show you that the governor is, these people are just trying as much as possible to keep pushing this narrative. Here is Paul Obama, who is the Commissioner for Information and Communication in Edo State. In an interview with the Channels TV, again, repeating that lie that the governor told. Just have a listen. At some point, I pitied him and I pitied those on Channels TV trying to ask him questions because he was telling them, people died, people died. And they were saying, where? He doesn't know. Commissioner of Information has no information. Location, he doesn't know. But because it's a lie that has been told to him to go and repeat. You see, sometimes you cannot defend the APC without sounding stupid. Sorry, this man stood here, sounded stupid, like lying man.
When my 7-year-old grandson called me and said, Grandpa, tell me the truth. Why did they call you Liar Mohammed?
So, like a liar Mohammed, he stood there lying to the whole nation. Just take a listen.
Honorable Commissioner, rather, are you saying the visit to the School of Nursing by Mr. Peter Obi caused a stampede that led to the death of, is it 3 people now?
Yes. Intelligence report brought it out. 2 died in the hospital. They rushed them, actually. Let me tell you, many of these things, we don't alarm the public with some of these things. And you know that anywhere Obi enters, there's this euphoria. People who don't know him deeply, who just see him and they see, this is Obi, the Messiah they want. And they rush after him. And that euphoria, ecstasy, can cause stampede.
Just to be...
Now, that's euphoric ecstasy. I believe that's what he wanted to say. Could cause stampede. Could cause stampede. Please watch the video carefully. That euphoric ecstasy, when people react, oh my God, I'm blushing. Oh, is that you? Could cause stampede. But it didn't. The younger ones were, if you see them, the ones in red, they stood and they were welcoming the man they were expecting. No one died. I read the comment, what my good brother and friend, One Man Went to the Mall, is ranting. Sorry, but you're ranting on the comment section. And I say to you, One Man Went to the Mall, please provide evidence of those who died, their names, their location. We want to pay their family a visit. I mean, there is no need to lie about all this. When we had the stampede in Anambra State, during the time, Next Oil were sharing, Next Oil was sharing palliative. It was reported all over. When there was stampede in Lagos, it was reported. When there was stampede in Abuja, it was reported. Even the time of Jonathan, when there was employment stampede, it was reported. Suddenly, people, 3, not 1, not 2, not 3 people died in Edo that Peter visited. It was reported. 3 people died. And they said that Peter knew. And he didn't go back. It's a lie. I will be the first person to drag him. Ensure that we go back there and see the family. But again, such a thing never happened. So why the lie? Is it how you wish to win the election by lying to the people? That's not correct. But listen to how the Commissioner of Information, who had no information, but came on a national TV to misinform the public. But again, he left the studio disgraced because he could not, and he had no information. Again, you cannot defend the APC without sounding stupid.
But it did not reflect in vote.
Is it the same? Is it the same visit that we're seeing on the screen that you're referring to? And is this?
Look, this is where the stampede happened. Now, look at it. How joyous the younger ones are.
School authority also aware of this fatality that you speak to, or is only the government that is aware?
Obi, apart from going to that school, went to other places. He cannot just go to that school and go like that.
Now, he doesn't even know where Obi went because he was asked, did he just go to that school? He said He can't just go to that place school alone. He went to other places. Where? Other place. I mean, you know, these guys are just clowns.
When Obi comes to a place, there is another place he can go to. There are other places. People are waiting for him.
But
People
this
along the road
stampede-
and all.
Okay, this stampede you speak to, was it at this visit or another visit? Just
one man went to the mall. The problem with when you defend someone, again, this is not written text to say that the governor was misquoted. These were the words out of his mouth. He didn't say when a high-profile person comes in. He said when Mr. Peter Obi, he was specific to the person he was addressing. He was specific to the occasion. He was specific to when he gave them 15 million. Please, please spare this platform the garbage of trying to defend something that is indefensible. Sorry. You cannot defend this until, anyway, I do not need to give them a leeway, but he cannot defend it.
No, this July 7th. That's why he has been visiting now, and the governor has not taken it serious. It's because of this incident. And he does not want casualties in it.
Look at the casualties, or look at the younger ones, the ones in red in front, the nurses at the back. These are the casualties. This is where people die.
It's a man of peace, and is given to civility.
At the risk of seeming to overflog the issue, are you saying that it was as a result of the visit to the School of Nursing or to other places? Where exactly did this stampede?
He doesn't know where. He doesn't.
His visit was not only School of Nursing. They are just hiding facts from you people.
And so where exactly did this stampede happen? Where exactly did it happen in Edo State?
You said?
Where exactly did this stampede happen in Edo State?
In Benin, they took some of them to the hospital. And they are in Benin. They couldn't have taken anybody from there.
Oga, Commissioner of Information, tell us which hospital, their names, and which hospital.
To Benin now.
Honorable Hambamo, you are not answering the question directly. Where exactly, which location?
I know one man went to the mall will be angry with the lady because he said to Honorable Commissioner, you're not answering the question because you're beginning to sound like an idiot. Sorry. Forget pardon my French, but you're beginning to sound like someone who doesn't have something here. That's what the young lady is asking you. Tell us where and how these people died.
In Benin, did the stampede happen?
I did not follow Peter Obi in the itinerary to where he followed. But I know that was what happened. I was even supposed to address the press on it. They say, don't panic the public.
So
well, Commissioner,
Peter Obi knows all this.
Well,
oh dear, Peter Obi knows all this. Mr. Commissioner, I challenge you to show the world the message you sent to me, Mr. Peter Obi, saying, as a result of your visit to our state, 3 people died and he kept quiet and he did not react to it. There was nobody died. It's not a question of respecting the dead. You can't respect someone who didn't die. This is the state just cooking up nonsense, trying to cajole everyone to believe that there was any form of fatality. There is none.
These are facts.
All this.
These
some
details.
We are taking.
Okay, go on.
You said? Some we are taking. He saw some being taken away.
Some were taken. You saw some being taken away. And the whole state, the governor, the police in the state, the university, the commissioner of information, you did not one photo, not one name, not one location. Make una dey fear God now. Make una dey fear God. Make una dey fear God. Make una dey fear God. Which kind thing be this one? Make una dey fear God. Abba. No wonder Lai Mohammed will just say he doesn't know why they call him.
When my 7-year-old grandson called me and said, Grandpa, tell me the truth. Why would they call you Liar Mohammed?
I think the people of Edo, it is fair at this point in time that you begin to call your commissioner of information the commissioner of
When you
misinformation.
stampede, people will step on human beings.
But a stampede is a big incident that cannot be ignored, that could have been reported, that would have caught the attention of the press. So if indeed it is related to any of the visits of Mr. Peter Obi to Edo State, it should have come through, and it shouldn't be anything that would be a matter of debate or controversy. So can you tell us where exactly it happened in Benin City or in other parts of Edo State?
Now, thank God, though, I am not the one asking this question. If not, somebody would have accused me of us being an obedient person. Now he's been asked by this beautiful lady. Now, Oga, tell us, where exactly did this happen? Oga, now he's going to tell us. Let's watch. Don't be disappointed, but he's going to tell us.
I know that he visited St. Philomena where I gave them money, and other places I didn't follow him.
These are adults. You cannot defend an APC government without sounding like an idiot. I mean, this is... he knows, he visited St. Philomena and other places. But where did the stampede happen? The stampede was happening Obi called Arise TV channels, so even Edo Broadcasting Service, so the government owned, and called everybody in that place, so collected their phones, and the stampede happened. So nobody was able to record it. I dey look this cap, but I say if you remove that cap, maybe dust for your brain. Wallahi.
But after the whole thing, that will happen. Of course, you know that when things happen like this, it's just like when there is crisis. Anybody can take advantage to injure his former enemy. But why should there be crisis? Why should there be stampede? Why should there be that kind of ecstasy, rush, and all? If police, security operatives were on ground to control those things, nothing like that would have happened.
Okay. Honorable Commissioner, we appreciate the information you're giving.
This guy was just been trying. I know he was laughing before the camera panned on him. He must be saying, I never knew I could sit in this studio and meet somebody who is stupid. Just damn silly. Stupid and damn silly. But again, he would try, thinking maybe he didn't understand the question by the lady. Now he's trying to rephrase that same question to get the information. Now, Honorable Commissioner of Misinformation still had plenty misinformation.
But just so that there can be irrefutable proof and evidence, are you able to provide evidence as to these fatalities that you speak to? I mean, it shouldn't be hard to prove. Are you able to get back to us today with evidence to show Nigerians that indeed what you say is true?
I have Kayode's number, yes, if that's what you want. But I am telling you, the governor is really serious about the security in Edo, sanity in Edo, and this is why he gave that security advisory that respect the protocol. People are becoming, I know how many times I have gone to the airport to receive people. We know how many times the security will block everywhere to ensure that visitors are taken care of. It's not a question of party now. After all, the governor went to Kanu. Kanu is NNPP. The governor went to Akwa Ibom when he was under PDP. The governor went to Delta under PDP. The only place the governor has gone to with the same practice of informing the governor that his APC was Imo under Kopuzodima. No big deal about this thing. It's the normal standard.
Okay, so we'll expect evidence to be sent to us so we can also show Nigerians if indeed what you speak to is true, because it's important to ensure that the truth is put out there.
You celebrated in
You see, to tell you that this man has only sawdust in his brain, sorry, I mean, with all due respect, he's somebody's father, but he appears to only have sawdust in his brain. Now, after lying, and the guys in the studio being smart, knowing At some point, we need to end this conversation. Let us let him go. And he said, okay, I have Ayo's number. They said, okay, you have Ayo's number. When you find the evidence, because that's a way of leaving somebody, when you find the evidence, now bring it to us. He said, okay, I'll go and find the evidence. But he went to the studio without the evidence, without knowing the names. I mean, because if na chicken die, we for know whether na broiler or na old layer. But a whole human being, 1, 2, 3, died. And this is a person telling us as if they don't love, as if they love the people of Benin so much. Yet, we know the activities of headsmen and killer headsmen in Edo. My late elder brother was kidnapped in Edo, Benin bypass, on his way from Lagos to Anambra State. The other person in the car, shot in the buttocks. They were kidnapped. A family of 5 kidnapped. Everybody. I wish no one. I don't wish anybody that trauma. Now that was back then. That was, I think, during the time of Oshomola. But that's not the issue. The issue here is that a state that the indigents, the people, the residents have been complaining about certain level of insecurity. How can someone who is coming to motivate the younger ones, give them hope, donate his own money to them? How can that then constitute security threat that people were stampeded and people died? Again, the man ended this conversation with what is actually in the Nigerian English parlance, we say, he now talk within the angrium. He said that they were celebrating Peter Obi's birthday. Now your own they go for celebrate. Has it ever occurred to you that in the whole Nigeria and in the diaspora, people came out? It has never happened to celebrate a human being, one person. He didn't put kobo. He didn't put kobo, 1 naira, put people paid money to go to orphanages or, orphanage homes, because originally the obedient wanted to do show of force. He was the one that intervened. I was in that meeting, said, no, people shouldn't do that in his name. The way he celebrates his birthday is that he goes to motherless babies home, that people should engage in such act. And the whole 36 states of Nigeria, without exception. Don't worry, the video is going to be dropping very soon. People went on the street. This man here, Mr. Commissioner of Misinformation, is now telling Nigerians that the reason why they are angry is actually that birthday celebration. Now, the obedience, no. You will now see part 2. Okay, if that is what is angering you, you would now see.
Important to ensure that the truth is put out there.
You celebrated in the course of telling the world Obi's birthday. It was full celebration.
How do you mean you people, Commissioner? With
Nana. Okay, I'm sorry. My brother, I'm talking to you.
Oh, yes.
Be,
you said we celebrated it.
When you were talking to Nana.
Yes, please go ahead.
And about the birthday of the celebration, all the things. Yes, I said it was more or less like celebration.
Okay, just to put it in context.
That's what I'm saying, sir.
We asked her a question and she's...
Anyway, now, this is honorable to tell you, when I say the government of Edo, I mean the government of Edo, not the people of Edo. Let no one make that mistake. In this case, I do not believe, and I have never seen, that the people of Edo are with their government on this. The government is Oyo. The government is on his own, right? Now, you may think you have seen it all until you now see that the APC chairman, Edo, I say you cannot defend the APC without sounding stupid. It's not an insult, sorry, but it is a fact that whenever you get the videos of those defending APC, you begin to shake your head. I mean, if you know they care, your head would actually fall off your this. Look at this. Men wearing a Siwaju 2027 settled. So how would they reason? How can a man, you thought you had the governor spew garbage. You thought you had the governor spew hatred. Here, a man, an adult, spewing greater hatred. And you tell me, I tell my brothers and sisters, don't take this to heart. This is all political jobbers. No wonder people say that it is only politicians that hate P2B. Or rather, it is only criminals that hate P2B. I don't know. You be the judge. Listen to him.
And again, now that we have candidates that have been made in our various primaries, we want to remain in the ground running for campaign. We are going to campaign as if we have never campaigned in this state before, because of the way we are taking this election seriously. Because we want to affirm that we actually won the election, the last governorship election overwhelming. We want to prove to the whole world, to Edo State and to Nigerians, that we actually won those elections. So we are not going to leave any stone unturned in the campaign. And we are also sure that anybody who tries to stand on our way will smoke that person out. Well, since morning while the primaries were going on, there has been a lot of criticism all over the press about the statement that Governor made yesterday when he was receiving one of the remaining of PDP Edo Central, where he said that Peter Obi has to take permission before that. And I think the governor was right in saying that, because we are also saying that the governor can say that because of the kind of hatred that people have for Peter Obi in this state, including me. And when you have people, so many of us.
Did you hear that? That the governor can say that because of the level of hatred the people have for Peter Obi in that state. Again, I say, sir, with all due respect, this is a lie. Edo people do not hate Peter Obi. I repeat, Edo people do not hate Peter Obi. They voted for Peter Obi in the last election. The former governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, said with his own mouth, his fear is these people called the obedient, that they are everywhere, even in his own household, a sitting governor before the election. And here is this man telling you, making you believe that the people hate him in that state. It is a lie. No one hates him. Well, there might be people who hate him, but the Edo people do not hate him. Edo people are not hating. Edo is the spiritual headquarters of the obedient movement. When I say spiritual headquarters, that's what it is. Edo, not they carry last. But here are politicians trying to knock the obedient and the Edo people their head. I say, no, Olo, Kole walk, you know if you walk.
Hatred for people like that, especially when they came to Edo State and people died. It is proper.
Another lie.
Him to tell the governor so that people like us will be sent on errand out of Edo before he can come and possibly go. I'm sure that's the reason why the governor made that statement. Is that why the governor made that statement? And it's correct. And we support him in whatever he's saying. So whatever anybody is saying, they're just saying rubbish. And I also want to send a message to people who call themselves ADC in this state, that they should be very careful, because we only have PDP remaining, not ADC. So if you want to identify with ADC, you have to leave Edo for us. That is my message to all of them. And we want to appeal to Edo State people, and most especially where those elections are going to be held, that we will campaign and we all see the good work the government for the state. And to be able to tap into that, they have to also ensure that they vote so that we can have one who why the federal legislators are working at federal to attract things to the state. The governor will also be working with that synergy. Their various constituencies will benefit more from government. So they should, we are going to campaign to them to let them know that we are going to work for them. And
isn't it quite telling and quite sad that a man of this caliber will be saying that if you are those in the, I mean, he's in the APC, but he's already also threatening those in the ADC, saying it's only the PDP that is in the state. I mean, what is your effing business with ADC or YDC or WBC? It's none of your business. Stay in your party and do your thing. Now, here is the statement after all this madness. Here is the statement. I'll be posting the link afterwards. Here is the statement of the Obedient Movement after this whole mess. They said, press statement, Obedient Movement condemns unconstitutional threat against Peter Obi and signals legal action. 21st July 2025. The Obedient Movement strongly condemns the threatening statement made by APC Edo State Chairman Jarrett Tenebe, declaring that Peter Obi can't come to Edo State without permission and threatening that we will smoke that person out. This statement represents a direct assault on Nigerians' constitutional democracy and the rule of law. Constitutional violation 1. Mr. Tenebe's statement at what appears to be a press conference, a video recording of which has since gone viral on the internet and social media platform, constitute multiple serious violations of Nigerian law. Section 41 of the Constitution guarantees every Nigerian citizen the right to move freely throughout Nigeria without requiring permission from any individual or political party. The Court of Appeal in James versus Governor of Edo State established that even a governor cannot restrict movement through verbal orders. As APC state chairman has no such authority whatsoever. Section 40 of the Constitution protects the right to peaceful assembly and political association. These threats seek to intimidate citizens from exercising their democratic right to participate in political activities. The threatening language used constitute 1. Criminal intimidation under Nigerian criminal law. 2. Threat of violence punishable by up to 7 years imprisonment. Cyber stalking under the Cyber Crime Act, carrying penalties of up to 10 years imprisonment and fine of 25 million for threats transmitted electronically. The viral nature of these threats on the social media platform amplifies their intimidating effect and brings them squarely within cyber crime legislation designed to protect citizens from digital age harassment. The Obedient Movement is reviewing the situation and will not rule out pursuing comprehensive legal action, including criminal prosecution in federal high courts under the relevant legislation, constitutional enforcement proceeding to protect fundamental rights, a protective order to prevent further threats and intimidation, civil remedies from damages caused by these unconstitutional acts. We will not allow the normalization of political intimidation or threat against opposition figures. Nigerians' democracy depends on protection of every citizen's right to participate in political process without fear of violence or harassment. Solidarity with Edo obedience. To our brothers and sisters in Edo, the entire Obedient Movement stands in unwavering solidarity with you. No individual, regardless of political position, has the authority to restrict where Nigerians can travel or whom they can support politically. We will be meeting you on the ground shortly. The constitutional right of every Nigerian will be defended, and we will not be intimidated by threat from those who seek to undermine our democracy. Defending democratic principles. This is not about partisan politics. It's about defending the constitutional principles that guarantee every Nigerian freedom of movement, assembly, and political participation. When these rights are threatened, the entire democratic foundation of our nation is at risk. The rule of law must prevail. Now, blah, 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 blah. But here is where it gets interesting. Call to action. We urge law enforcement agencies to investigate these threats immediately, the judicial to uphold constitutional rights without fear or favor, civil society organizations to join us in condemning political intimidation, all Nigerians to reject the normalization of threat against political opposition. The obedient movement remain committed to peaceful constitutional democracy. We will continue to exercise our rights as guaranteed by the Constitution, and we will use every legal means available to protect this right for all Nigerians. Now, finally, I will tell you the part that says that they will stand with the Edo State obedience. So, make of that whatever and how you will. But be rest assured that this threat is not going to be, these men, don't worry. Bayo Ononuga stopped talking nonsense. Recall when Bayo Ononuga took on with Peter Obi and Professor Pato Tumi. Professor Pato Tumi slammed him 50 billion naira lawsuit. Since that time, whenever he sees anybody called Patrick or Pat, he will look the other way. The same thing goes with Peter Obi. This man, at the appropriate time, you will hear the same story. Look, we cannot live in a land of legality and we are engaging in illegality. Legal means will be used to pursue these people. This might be the last time, through legal means, that they will be threatening people in public. It's there is an adage in Igbo that abahuzo will mbohechi. Sometimes it's because you don't want to pack the shit. That's why the shit is smelling. This time around, we get shovel, we get digger, and dig and pack for the park in a legal way. But having said all this, my brother Kenneth Okonkwo was also on Arise TV and had the following to say. Kenneth Okonkwo, when he was visibly angry because many of you said, "Oh, he has left, he has done this, done that one." Boy, but when a man got to do what he got to do, he got to come back and speak facts. Kenneth Okonkwo had the following to say.
Once more, I am going to unpack this dilemma from three perspectives or more. One, as a constitutional and human rights lawyer. Two, as an opposition leader. And three, as a citizen of Nigeria from Southeast extraction. Now, as a lawyer, you have rightly pointed out that Section 41 is very clear. And let me state what Section 41 said clearly. That every citizen of Nigeria shall be entitled to move freely underline, throughout Nigeria, and to reside in any part thereof. And no citizen of Nigeria shall be expelled from Nigeria or denied entry thereto or exit therefrom. If you put it into context with Edo State, it simply means no citizen of Nigeria can be expelled from Edo State or denied entry into Edo State or exit therefrom. And every citizen of Nigeria has the right to move freely in Edo State. So what the governor said is unconstitutional, it is illegal, it is irresponsible, and it's largely illiterate. Coupled with Section 39 that guarantees freedom of expression and Section 40 that guarantees freedom of association and assembly. Having said that as a lawyer, let me talk as an opposition leader. This is a direct attack, threat, intimidation of opposition leaders. Recall that Adams Oshomole blocked airports. Even the Minister of Aviation noted that what he did was wrong, yet nobody threatened him. Nobody locked him up. If it were an opposition leader, he would have been in jail cooling off before anything is said and done. But whenever you come to APC, your sins are forgiven. And look at an innocent citizen just because he's an opposition leader. He's been threatened, his life being threatened, that he should not step into a Edo State by a governor that is INEC produced, figure challenged, pinchomic and petite, and largely illiterate, like I said. Now, let me come in from the point of this.
Come, Kenneth, please stop this. Stop tickling me. We are talking about a governor. You're calling him figure challenged, pinchomic, and Kenneth, why now? Small fight like this, you don't go carry bazooka, they come. Waiting. The governor, the things you are saying is confusing the governor. He cannot hear you. If he hears you, he cannot understand you, Kenneth. Huh? Okay, talk him again.
Life being threatened that he should not step into a Edo State by a governor that is INEC produced.
This guy is wicked. A governor that is INEC produced,
figure challenged.
Hey, it's confusing me. You know, the governor cannot read figures.
Pinchomic and petite.
It is finished. Kenneth, please calm down. Why? Why did you just do that to a governor? Do you want DSS to arrest you in Edo? Be serious now, Kenneth. Don't do this. I don't like it. How can you call him figure challenged and INEC produced?
Into a Edo State by a governor that is INEC produced, figure challenged, pinchomic and petite, and largely illiterate, like I said. Now, let me come in from the point of being a citizen from Igbo extraction.
You will make
sense tribalistic, cheap, ethnic bigotry in this governor. If P2B, we are to be a leader from Hausa land or from Yoruba land, this governor will not dare make such a statement. Recall when 16 persons were killed in Edo State, before even making any investigation, he ran to Kano State to prostrate. That was a good thing because life is very, very essential. The same governor that did that is the same governor that is threatening the life of a human being for just coming into your state. This is very annoying. It's a direct threat to Igbo people. It's a direct threat and exhibition of being an Igbo hater. And that should stop. Let me tell you, from where I come from, when you kill even a madman, that's when you know that he has a brother. If a strand of hair falls from P2B, because this is a direct attack and threat to his life. Remember, the governor made it clear. He said his security can no longer be guaranteed. He used the word never. If he does not take permission from him. Let me ask Mondo Obole. Does it mean that when he finishes as a governor, before he travels to any state in Nigeria, he would have to seek the permission of all the governors? Okay. Does it mean that 200 million Nigerians, before they step into Edo State, they would have to seek permission from the governor? Okay. And in the case of AMPP versus the IGP, the law has even been made clear that you don't even need permission, even when you want to embark on a protest. And I'm talking about peaceful protest. Okay. If you don't need permission when you want to embark on a protest, how can a governor be talking about permission to visit a state that is in bad taste? That is offensive.
These are the questions.
I reject it with everything that is within me. You know, that is why Julius Caesar said, in Julius Caesar, he said, let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men, such as Mondo Pobole, who has a lean and hungry look. They think too much of themselves. He says such men are dangerous.
Okay, Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo, let me step in at this point. I'm sure even if you go to his office, let me step in on this point.
Kenneth, I beg. I don't want this stream to be more than an hour. On this note, I can only tell us that please, let's all keep calm. Let love rule. You know, this has nothing to do with the people of Edo. My friends from Edo, comrades, colleagues from Edo, this has everything to do with the INEC imposed governor of Edo and his henchmen, his cliques in that state. On this note, I say thank you very much for joining me. I am still Mazes, okay? Please, if you haven't subscribed to this platform, I beg you, subscribe, like, share. For many of you who are in America, Mazes okay will be touring America from sometime this week. So I'll be around Houston, Texas, and maybe before the weekend, and New York area. Hopefully, I'm going to be meeting my brother, Dr. Damages. Let's see what we can damage in New York and also the Washington and Tampa, Florida area. You can always inbox me if you want us to catch up. If you want me to be in your area, please do reach out to me. Mazezoke, MAAZI EZEOKE, or njenjemedia@gmail.com, both Gmail addresses. Do, if you so wish. On this note, I say thank you very much for being my guest this evening.